Alright folks, here's the first bit of the MTM. Still got to polish, smooth it out, but I wanted to show you what I was actually doing with the transfers. So that's one I haven't touched. And that's one I have. Haven't got all the best Dremels in the world, but I do have the tungsten carbide bits, but don't have all the right sizes, so working with what I've got. I think that opens it right up. I even took some, I couldn't quite get in all the way, I'll work on it a bit more, but this side will get the same treatment. Basically the divider will be taken out. That's stage one of this cylinder. On to the next bit, I guess, which is finish that side, do that side, and bloody see what I can do with these inlet and exhaust ports. Here it is, done those transfers. They are pretty smooth, just not mirror. I went in there with some sandpaper and a finger and spent quite some time on there, and I know how they look, but they literally they are fairly smooth, and the appearance is there, but you can't really feel it much. It's just all appearance once it focuses. Next would be the two ports. I know that one ring gap is there and one ring gap is I know it ran down either this side or this side. That all got, in the cleaning process, that all got washed off, so remark them before I start playing with the ports. But see how that's like a triangle shape? I might just round that a bit, make it a bit more open. Have to do it all the way down there. I may not. We'll just see where I end up. Well, that's wider. That's wider. So it's going to breathe a lot better. The intake was made much bigger. The exhaust was made much bigger. The gasket was made to match the exhaust. So this Chinese bloody, oh, we'll see. We'll see what it does. It was a good saw before I pulled it apart, but I thought may as well have a play, see what I can achieve, and if I arse it up. I've already found these jugs on eBay for next to nothing, so thought I'd have myself a bit of fun, and if the saw benefits greatly from this, all the better. Right, moving on. Point something out, folks. These Chinese, they do want your saw to wear out fast so you can buy a new one. How it came apart, this went on here. You can actually see where it tightened up on there, and then this face with no gasket goes onto there. That's the right size for there, and it's much bigger than there. But that was designed to have an O-ring, and they chose to leave it out, probably to help accelerate, well, let's just, for instance sake, any grit that might come in. If there was any leakage though, it'd bloody run lean, but They don't want you to have the saw for long. They want you to use it, be impressed, and buy another one. I'm going to put an O-ring in there if I can find one, or come up with something. Hang on. Well, that's the best one I've got for this job. It's not perfect, but the next size up is overly stupidly thick and doesn't fit in there, where the hole itself is a lot bigger than the what's on the on this side, and there's no gasket between here and the this. There's no gasket between them, so I'm going to try and come up with something for there as well. But that O-ring will sit there and not move, especially when I tighten it down. All back together. Use super glue to hold that O-ring in place. The same stuff I use to delete base gaskets I use between those two. This little notch here is a concern, but I put grease all around, as well as on the nut itself and on the retaining plate that holds the air filter in place. And well, when I opened this up, there was no sawdust inside, because I've had quite a few of these Chinese saws in the past, so I've had time to work out what I can do to prolong its life. So moving on, so we've gone really silly with the ports and the transfers. We've deleted the base gasket, improved the sealing of the intake, all the throttle and everything works, just plastics, and I've actually forgot the muffler that goes on the front is still at my parents' house. Long story short, it's done. Let's see if it'll start. Port most exhaust to that large exhaust port on the muffler and on the cylinder. Gasket was done too. Inside the muffler was opened up. See if it'll go. This is the first time. It hasn't been run for a while. I've just put some fuel in it, 25 to 1. That's all I run. Making sure that everything works, everything is turned on. Must have been on the wheel properly. That's on. See if I have spark. I had spark. Make sure I still do. Could have a foul plug too. See where I have spark. I do. Spray some grease down there. Just leave all that off. See if it'll go. Oh yeah, it's flooded. That's still filming. I've had this camera stop before for no reason. That is still filming. But I've done a video, gone to the camera, and nothing was happening, so. Can't wait to try it. Might put a file over it first, but yeah, can't wait to try it. Ah, I enjoy doing this. Out there, out there. Next thing I've got to do is put that on there, replace that with that, and put the 9-tooth racing sprocket built in America. It's an American sprocket. So, flared. Well, anyway, very top. Lovely.